This is Samsung's 10,000 mAh 25 watt max output super fast charger, and with it today we're going to be taking a look at what it takes to charge Samsung's latest phones as fast as possible whilst on the go. We're also obviously going to be taking a look at how this thing compares under test to other power banks out there. Let's get going. Now, I think I said in the past that I was done reviewing 10,000 mAh packs because I just love this so much. My favorite power bank out there, the RAVPower PD Pioneer. And I was done, but you see, I ended up paying way too much money for this, the Samsung S20 Ultra, the flagship phone from Samsung. And because I like batteries, one of the things that interested me most about this phone was the 45 watt charging. You see, that's just crazy. My iPad doesn't charge that fast, and hell, that's about as fast as my laptop charges. And yes, I'm aware that these phones never actually charge at those super fast watt outputs for long, but if it's available, I want to be charging at that rate. The issue is this: Samsung's new super fast charging protocol charges using Power Delivery 3, which is great because it means things are cross-compliant. I don't want to get too much into the weeds because no one actually understands this stuff, but there's a hold up. Not only do you need Power Delivery, but you also need what's called PPS, or Programmable Power Supply. PPS is some kind of charging magic that allows for variable voltage whilst charging your phone. Look, here's a graph of what it looks like to charge an S20 Ultra with the in-box 25 watt power brick. Now let me add to that graph what it looks like to charge with the larger 45 watt output wall charger that's also available from Samsung. And what you might notice here is that yes, whilst you might get slightly faster charge times to about 50% of the battery life, ultimately for a full charge you're looking at the exact same time. And yeah, don't buy one of these 45 watt power bricks like I did. Total waste. So with all that out of the way, what we need to charge one of the latest Samsung phones in the fastest way possible to a full charge is this: at least 25 watts of output, Power Delivery 3 and PPS compatibility. Oh, and a cable that has one of these e-marker things on them. Yeah, you need the cable. You see this, the RAVPower PD Pioneer, my favorite power bank, is capable of 29 watts of output and is compatible with PD3. So will this charge my Samsung to the full speed? No, not even close. You see, take a look at the compatibility, and then once I plug it into my almost completely drained S20, I typically get something like 9 watts of output. And so yeah, these requirements are needed. Power delivery is not enough, you're gonna need PPS. So let's crack open the Samsung, take a look, and hopefully what we're gonna get here is a power bank that not only charges our phone at some lightning speeds, but is also capable of some really great efficiency. Here's hoping. My first reaction with this Samsung is it feels great. The anodized aluminum finish on any device really always just makes me feel like a premium quality device. It's got two rubberized ends, single A port and a single USB-C port. It's got the outputs listed here on the back, and straight up 38.5 watt hours. I mean, that's pretty impressive. That's a lot of power for a 10,000 mAh pack. Now typically I'd expect a non-plastic aluminum finish power bank to weigh quite a bit more, but here we have just 238 grams. And I mean, that's a little bit more than the Anker PowerCore Slim and the Orki Slim, but I mean, it's not a hell of a lot more. It has that same slim design, which I'm a big fan of. It's the same as the Orki and the Anker that I reviewed recently. It just makes everything so much more pocket-shaped and streamlined. And holding this now, I would definitely take the trade-off. Just the feel of this aluminum finish. Yes, it's slightly larger and it's gonna weigh slightly more than those other two slim packs, but I'll take this extra premium finish over slightly slimmer or slightly lighter design any day. Compatibility wise, well, we know it's got Power Delivery 3 and PPS, and what else do we get? So what we have here is Quick Charge 2 and Samsung AFC, the previous fast charge delivery method of Samsung. And Power Delivery 3 means that if you've got a Pixel or an iPhone, you're also covered. You're gonna be able to charge up to, well, either the max of this power bank or the maximum intake of the phone. So compatibility wise, you're pretty much covered here. I'm really impressed. Perhaps the only thing that isn't covered here are the Huawei fast charge modes and the dash/warp/VOOC stuff. So if you've got one of the phones with a proprietary fast charge method, well, this isn't gonna have you covered. Anyway, all of this means squat without good efficiency at those higher outputs. Who cares about having 25 watts of max output if this battery pack's gonna drain in no time when we actually achieve those rates? So as always, let's do some discharges, find out how this competes against the other packs out there at 5, 9, 18, and we're gonna max things out, obviously, at 25 watts. I'm back from testing, and here's what we got. At 5 watts, 32.81 watt hours. That's 85%. Let's move along. At 9 watts, 33.9 watt hours, and that's 88%. Now this is the second time this has happened to me, where a 9 watt output performs at a better rate than the 5 watt. I still don't really understand why. Nothing to see here. That's great performance, but let's move along. And finally, the one that I really care about, the 18 watt output, which I think is the sweet spot for these 10,000 mAh packs, as that's about as fast as you're ever going to be able to charge an iPhone. It's also kind of the standard that's emerged around these 10,000 mAh packs. So what we got here was 32.8 watt hours, and that's 85.1%. And that's pretty sensational performance for a 10,000 mAh pack. In terms of my testing results, that's second only to my favorite pack ever in terms of performance, the RavPower PD Pioneer. Let's break that down a little bit more. This difference here is completely negligible, so who really cares? But in terms of efficiency, the RavPower is slightly better, but in terms of just watt hours, the actual capacity that you're gonna get at 18 watts, the Samsung does slightly better than even the RavPower. And whilst that's usually where I leave things with these 10,000 mAh packs, of course we gotta max things out because where's the fun in not finding out? What we get here is 31.16 watt hours, which is 80.9%. And again, that's really sensational results. I mean, I've only ever tested one other pack that's capable of more than 18 watts of output. And to get 80% of your capacity from a battery pack putting out 25 watts, which is a huge amount of power for a pack this size, there's not many packs out there that can do it. That's probably better efficiency than most of the packs I've ever tested achieve at 18 watts of output. So to get that out of the max 25, this is a really stellar pack. Once again, the RavPower PD Pioneer has slightly better numbers and at a higher output, but I mean, the difference here is really negligible. Now, hold the brakes, this is an expensive pack. You're talking about 50 bucks. If you have one of the latest Samsungs, this is the pack for you. There's really no other competition. Not only does the performance compete with just about anything out there, but it's going to be just about the only pack you can find in the 10,000 mAh range that can actually charge your phone at the fastest rate possible. So for you Samsung users, done. This is the best 10,000 mAh pack out there for you. Close the books. Should you consider this pack if you use another phone, an iPhone or another Android? Well, again, this pack just has awesome build quality and I love that anodized finish. Form factor wise, it's just great. It's that slim design that I'm such a big fan of. It's slightly thicker than the Anker PowerCore Slim and the EB-P3300. But again, it's close to the same weight and it more than makes up for that in terms of build quality and in terms of performance. Well, at least when it comes to the Anker. Overall, in terms of performance for general smartphone use, the only 10,000 mAh packs that compete with this in terms of performance are the Orki PB-Y13 and the RavPower PD Pioneer, two of my favorite power banks that I've ever reviewed. The problem is that both of those packs are around $20 cheaper. So they're obviously way more of a value proposition. And because of that, I think that they just still make way more sense for most non-Samsung users. If you're not after a slim form factor, I'd definitely go for the RavPower. Then the Orki has really great performance for a slim pack. Still, if what you wanted was a slim design pack with just simply the best finishing out there and higher outputs than the Orki is capable of, then I mean, yeah, sure. You might be paying a little bit too much, but I would highly recommend this Samsung. It's an awesome power bank. And once again, if you have one of the more recent Samsungs, ones with the new super fast charging method, Note 10s, the S10, the S20s, then this is the pack for you. Don't look at anything else. It's gonna charge your phone in the fastest way possible, and it's got some of the best capacities at those higher outputs that you're gonna find on the market. So there you have it guys, my rundown of how you can charge your Samsung phone on the go and my review of the Samsung 10,000 mAh super fast charger. I hope you enjoyed the video guys, and I hope this informs you a little bit about what you might be after in terms of power bank and a charger for your Samsung device. Moving on from here, we really are going to start moving up to 20,000 mAh packs. I know I promised that before, but it's coming in the next video. If you enjoyed that information, guys, please subscribe, stick around. We've got more great videos coming out for you soon. The new series is going to be on the best power bank devices for your laptop and larger devices. Stick around.